Hello there, I'm Jody Kennett. For those of you who don't know me, I am a certified leadership, confidence, communication, and life coach. And today I'm specifically going to focus on confidence coaching tips and 4 tips for you, 4 steps really, 4 foundational pieces to build your confidence. And this came out of a few, actually over the last few years, many people were coming to me and having this problem where someone at work, a manager or superior, was impacting their confidence. So whether that is a situation for you or you're here because you want to build your confidence and make it what I call resilient confidence, you're going to have the 4 foundational pieces for that. So let's dive in and give you the 4 steps, 4 foundations to building rock solid confidence. So the first tip that I want to give you, the first place to start, no matter what the situation, no matter if it's with someone else or just within you, is depersonalizing whatever it may be and taking an objective perspective. So it's not enough to just depersonalize it and go, okay, it's not about me. What we then want to do is shift to objectivity. And the reason this is so important is because, if there's been a number of things that happen, if someone's been really critical, or if there's been a number of situations, we can start to think, I'm not good enough, I'm not enough, it's about me, I can't do this. And it's the spiral of it's all about us. And it can feel like a personal attack, especially if it's depending on the situation you're going through. But objectivity shifts to, okay, I'm in the first 3 months here of this new job. I shouldn't be expected to know all this. Of course I'm making some mistakes. All of us would. Objectivity says, hey, my leader and manager is quite stressed right now. They have a lot on their plate. They don't have time for me. And the way they're talking to me is coming from their stress and their anguish. You see how we start to look at objectivity of the facts of, okay, so this is brand new to me. I've never done this before and I haven't had any training in it. Of course I'm going to be fumbling along. The objectivity looks at the facts maybe about ourselves, about the situation, and about the other people or person involved. And we step ourselves out of making it so personal and we look at all those objective points. This takes some of the emotion away. It takes some of the personalization away, which can be so harmful. And it's super helpful as a key place to start because it's going to let you look at other factors outside of yourself and why things are happening, and it's going to allow for, say, self-compassion to come in, understanding to come in. We'll get to that later. Second step, and this is a crucial one, it's probably the hardest one to do, and it's one that we've been conditioned on. We need to shift from being externally validated and having our source of confidence come from external validation and shift it to internal validation. We have been conditioned by teachers, our parents, now social media and virality and likes and all this to get our source of confidence from what do they think about me? What is it? What's the feedback they're giving me? What's in the feedback from everyone else? And part of this is the psychology of belonging. We are driven, it's a psychological need in Maslow's hierarchy of needs to belong and to be accepted. So we look for this acceptance outside of ourselves. But if you're being challenged by a superior, a coworker, or something at work, or even in your own confidence right now, the best place and the strongest form and source of confidence we can have is internal validation. What that shift entails means we go from, okay, my boss said this, therefore I am, and we make it about our identity, to internal validation says, hey, I have intelligence, I have the skills, I have the competence to do this. I just need some more time. I need the right training. I need patience. Maybe I need leadership and the right communication to do it correctly. So internal validation goes to, okay, they said I'm not X. Internal validation says, actually I am, and I'm going to get there, or I am there. It's just not showing up right now, and there's reasons for it. We go back to step 1 of the objectivity. What are the facts we brought in from that? So it's a bit complex, but the internal validation takes practice and implementation. Again, it takes a removal of, okay, I'm going to listen to what everyone else says about me, and I'm going to get my validation from them to, hey, what do I think about this? What do I believe about this? What's my opinion? Because your opinion should mean more than a stranger or someone else who hasn't known you that long. Okay? So shift from external to internal. We're going to go on to the third one, and this brings in the neuroscience of confidence. We all believe confidence is a feeling. It is. We either feel confident or we don't feel confident. But where does confidence come from? Neuroscience states that confidence actually comes from our thoughts, from what we think, but it goes a step further on how we think. The great news is you are in charge of this. So if something is happening right now to you that's affecting your confidence, let's look at what you're thinking and how you're thinking about it. Let's use the example of getting feedback from someone at work or criticism from a superior. If we are thinking about it, okay, I can't do this, I'm a failure, I'm going to lose my job, all this pressure is coming on us, I'm not enough, I should have known I couldn't have done this, why did I take on this challenge? All those horrible self-talk things that just flare up when something doesn't go right. If we shift those thoughts and how we think to, okay, so you know what? I haven't had the training for this, so how could I be expected to do it correctly? I actually need that feedback because it's going to help me do it correctly. And of course I can do this. I just need some time. I need more practice, and I need guidance, leadership, and communication along the way. See how we're slowly shifting how we're thinking about it. We could, rather than going from the harmful negative spiral of thoughts, and we shift how we think to, all right, what I need to be able to do this is, so that just little shifts in how we're thinking can really help us with our confidence in this. Rather than the negativity, we go to, I got this, I can do this, I'm going to do this, here's what I need to do this. So however you want, take a look at how can I shift my thinking on this, how can I look at it differently, or how could I be thinking about it that would be more productive. And as one of my favorite mentors says, Wayne Dyer, he says, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. It's a powerful exercise. How can you look at it differently? How can you think about it differently? All right, the last step, probably the simplest to do, but when things are simple, they're not always easy to do. The last step, confidence tip, and the last foundation for you to build rock solid confidence is self-compassion. You're going to say, oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I understand self-compassion, but do you practice it? Do you implement it? It's not about knowing it. Knowledge falls flat when we don't put it into practice. So in the situation you're in, at the end of the day, with that person, self-compassion gives understanding to a shared humanity of everything we go through. Self-compassion sounds like this. I am in my first 3 months. I am going to be fumbling along the way. Of course I'm going to make mistakes. Self-compassion says, wow, my boss is really stressed. I haven't had training. Of course I'm not going to have done this correct the first time. I actually need feedback. Self-compassion goes to, this is hard. It doesn't deny the situation. It doesn't deny what you feel. It addresses it. It acknowledges it. And it says, wow, yeah, you are going through something tough here. Self-compassion can be the antidote to criticism, and it's a huge solution to even self-criticism or the inner critic that we can have that can spiral out of control when we bump up against a challenge on our confidence. So there you have 4 steps. I want to challenge you to pick one of them and not just know it, but really grasp it and take action on it with whatever you're going through right now. Take action on it, because this is a 5th tip, a bonus tip. Confidence builds when we take action. So take action on one of these and watch how your confidence gradually transforms and gets stronger, and where you're at a place where you're resilient with your confidence no matter what is happening around you. This is what I want for you. Let me know if you've liked this video, if you got something out of it. Let me know. I challenge you to tell me and commit to in the comments what you are going to do to take action. Thank you for being here. I'll be coming back with more tips, but for now, go out there and be confident and practice one of these or all of these 4 steps. Thank you.